So we have come 9 miles east of Burton Constable to Tunstall Beach, where our story begins. Sarah, why have we come 9 miles east onto Tunstall Beach?
So this is where the whale washed up 200 years ago. At that point it was investigated by scientists and was really important in the scientific understanding of whales, so lots of scientists came to look at it. It was then written about by scientist James Alderson, who inspired Herman Melville, who wrote about this whale in his book Moby Dick. The whale was moved to Burton Constable, where it's been on display in various places in the parkland and now is in our stable for visitors to come and see.
Fantastic. So it's a real piece of interest, isn't it? It's something has anyone else got this?
No, I don't think so. I can't imagine many stately homes have a giant whale skeleton in their stable block.
We're actually going to go over to Jack Constable soon, who's going to tell us about how his family has had such a big part to play, a vital part to play in the story of Constable Moby. But it's fair to say that the current skeleton in the whale barn, it's not in the best shape, is it?
No, so that's what we're working on this year, is looking at whether we can get it restored and articulated so that visitors can walk around underneath it and experience it and save it for future generations.
And what kind of cost is that?
We're looking at around £80,000.
£80,000.
So it's a big fundraiser that we're working on, and yeah.
And I notice in your hand you've got a little book.
Yeah, so this is one of the ways we're celebrating the anniversary of the whale this year. We have worked with a group of school children who have attended workshops with the storyteller and come up with all the various ways that the whale lived, and we've put them all together in this book, and they've been illustrated by a local illustrator, and it's going to be on sale from today.
Absolutely, in our shop, and all proceeds will go to our whale fund. The other thing is, amazingly, is Yorkshire-born, nationally renowned author Dame Susan Hill has also done a foreword for us, which we're really, really appreciative of. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over to myself, who's with Jack, in our whale barn, to talk about the part his family played in this lovely story. So welcome back. We have come 9 miles west, back to Burton Constable and into the whale barn. And here we can see Constable Moby laid out in all his glory. And right on my left-hand side, I have Jack Constable, who is one of our family trustees. And Jack, we've got a couple of books here, but you're going to talk about yours, which has got our late Queen on.
Yes, Officer, thank you. This is a book called Keepers, the Ancient Offices of Britain, which is a book produced about a decade ago, listing all of the rather niche offices and roles of the country that have been dating back 1,000 years or so. One of these offices is the Lord Paramount of the Seigneury of Holderness, and they've got a rather wonderful picture here of the Burton Constable Company of Bowmen shooting coins into the sea, because that was an ancient tradition of the Lord Paramount to ward off the Vikings.
Of course.
Absolutely. You also have my mother, who's the current Lord Paramount, and me. And the part of the duties of the Lord Paramount was to clean up the coast of Holderness, and the payment for this was being able to keep whatever washed up. So ideally you'd have a Spanish galleon full of doubloons, which would be very nice. Happened, sadly, all too rarely. But my ancestor, Clifford Constable, heard in 1825 that a sperm whale had washed up on Tunstall Beach, and he thought it would be quite a laugh to have the skeleton of the sperm whale at Burton Constable. So he had it transported over to here and had it mounted, articulated and displayed for public interest. And there was quite a lot of public interest, to the extent that it actually attracted the eye of Herman Melville, who used it as part of his inspiration for Moby Dick. And in fact, Constable Moby features in Moby Dick, chapter 102, as I'm sure you know.
Absolutely.
It's probably Burton Constable's most famous name check. But enough about my book. I see you've got some literature there as well.
Yeah, so I've got 2 books. One is our wonderful children's story of the adventures of Constable Moby before he came to Tunstall Beach. And in it is a foreword by Dame Susan Hill. As you know, Yorkshire-born, world-renowned author. But while she was doing that, she actually sent us this wonderful pop-up book of Moby Dick, which is an amazing, amazing telling in a really, really easy format of the amazing epic that is Moby Dick. And it's accessible for all ages.
And also tailored to our reading age.
Definitely our reading age, 100%. So yeah, it's such an amazing thing, and we thank you so much for loaning us that.
And what are your plans for the little book now?
So we're hoping that it can invigorate our local youngsters to come and see Constable Moby and learn about his potential adventures, but also to engage them with the world ecology and our natural world, and about saving whales too. But also, as you can see, and as our curator taught us, Sarah, that Moby's in not the greatest condition. So he does need a bit of love, a bit of care, a bit of attention. So all the profits from this book will be going towards our restoration fund.
As part of a wider fundraising effort, I imagine.
Absolutely, and there's more to come throughout the year of this Year of the Whale.
That's very exciting.
Absolutely. Well, Jack, thank you so much for joining me. And I'm going to say back to the beach, where we're going to show you our wonderful whale installation there. What we've done is we've come and done a Tony Hart and created this wonderful sculpture in the sand of Moby. And we didn't do it on our own, didn't just me and Sarah do it. We've got, as with everything at Burton Constable, we do all things as a team. And here we are, we have a selection of wonderful volunteers who have helped us do it today. And Lynn, I think we're going to come to you. Lynn, why did you come here today and help us to create this wonderful thing?
So I heard about it and I thought that sounds really good fun, but also there's a personal attachment to Moby for me. When I was a child, Mum and Dad would take me to Burton Constable Hall quite regularly, and my dad would drag me in to see Moby, even though I was a little bit nervous at first, but got more and more interested. My dad particularly loved it.
Brilliant. And you've been volunteering at the Hall as a guide for a number of years. What do our visitors think when they see a 60-foot whale skeleton in one of our stable barns?
Well, I think they're just in awe because, you know, we're one of the halls that's only got a whale, and with us being near the seaside and it came up on this beach, you know, people are really interested in the local history of him as well.
And are you excited to see him saved and rearticulated?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, on that note, I think we all deserve an ice cream. So thank you very much for joining us. If you can donate to the whale cause, that's great. If you can buy a book, that'd be brilliant. And in the next few months, we're also going to be launching some exciting fundraising opportunities.
At a place in Yorkshire, England, Burton Constable by name, a certain Sir Clifford Constable has in his possession the skeleton of a sperm whale. Sir Clifford's whale has been articulated throughout, so that, like a great chest of drawers, you can open and shut him in all his bony cavities, spread out his ribs like a gigantic fan, and swing all day upon his lower jaw.